Hello guys, today I show you my favorite pine tree, the Austrian pine, or also called European black pine. It is a large coniferous evergreen tree growing to 55 meters high at maturity and spreading to 15 meters wide. The leaves are stiff, sharp needles that occur in bundles of two. They can get up to 20 centimeters long. The individual needles have the shape of a semicircle. Brown or green pine needles provide an excellent bed for a survival shelter. Collect them into a pile and spread them beneath you while you sleep. Laying pine branches and needles beneath you in a shelter will also form a natural insulation between your body and the ground, so that you can stay warmer at night. You can make a tea from green pine needles by boiling them. Just fill a container with water, bring to a boil, and add the needle stand. Boil for 2 minutes before removing the container from the fire. Let the needles stew for a few minutes and either strain the needles from the water or drink the water with the needles in the container. This beverage will warm you up if you're cold, and green pine needles are also high in vitamin C. Austrian pine cones grow in pairs and cluster of pairs, are egg-shaped, scaled with end wings less than 20 centimeters long and flat at the base. They can have several different colors like blue, purple, green, yellow or brown. If you want to get the seeds from inside the closed cones, you can spread them out on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper and leave them to bloom on a radiator near a warm sunny window. At night the heat kicks on, during the day the sun comes in, and within a few days these beauties begin to open and reveal the paper-thin wings that hold the nuts. It's fun to listen them crackle and pop open, kind of like very slow, quiet popcorn. These little nuts have a softer, thin shell that's not necessary to remove. Actually, removing the shell would remove most of the nut. Austrian pine nuts keep longer and don't need to be roasted either, although it does impart a nice roasted flavor. The wings and nuts are easily separated. Austrian pine nuts are great sprinkled over salad, yogurt, desserts, really anywhere you could use pine nuts. It's also possible to make pine nut butter. Pine bark is often reddish brown in color and grows in a rectangular scale-like pattern around the trunk of the tree. You can easily pick or flake off chunks of the thin, brittle bark with your fingers. The bark of young pine twigs is also edible. Peel the bark from the twigs by stripping it off in thin layers with your knife or by pulling it off in chunks with your fingers. On a more mature pine tree, the tender layer of bark beneath the brittle outer layer is also edible. The wood is full of pine sap, therefore you can use the wood as tinder. It ignites really fast and burns for a long time. The sap can also be used as glue combined with ash, which makes it waterproof. Alright. That's it, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time, bye.